Hey everybody, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a collab with the lovely Lorna at Nail Crusade, who's been following the history of nail designs, and today we're doing Ming Dynasty. So stay with me, enjoy yourself and enjoy my video. Hi everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be taking part in the collab with Nail Crusade, a member of the wonderful Lip Smacking Nails group community that I'm part of, and I'm going to be making this design, which is the Ming Dynasty. So what I've done is I've collected a few images from the Ming Dynasty period, and I'm going to try and incorporate some of these in the nails today. So sit back, grab a coffee, relax, put your feet up and enjoy my video. So the first nail that I'm going to do will be this design. So I'm going to try and emulate that as much as possible onto one of the nails. So I'm going to show you how to do that now. I'm using Miss Cheering extra long coffin nails today. They're very like Sean Legend nails, slightly sculpted and lovely and thin at the cuticle area. So for this nail, which is the thumbnail, I'm going to do the blue and white pattern on one of the Ming Dynasty patterns. So I need to use a cream for the base, more of a white really, so I want a white kind of cream shade, and I'm going to use some Rosy Hip from the quartz. I've got all different shades, and also Eros by Yoga Mail, along with some other various painting gels that I have available. So having looked through some of my colours, I don't have a matte colour in amongst these that I want to use that's a cream, but I have found this Gigi one, so I'm going to use this as a base gel. So it's a lovely cream colour. Rather than pulling out some other D-gel ones, I thought I'd just use this because I only need this for one nail. So let's get started, shall we? And I'm going to apply 2 coats of this because I want a really good base, and I'll be matting it afterwards so that I can paint on it. So it is a lovely base, this cream gel. Pop it in the lamp. So in the meantime, I'm just going to get some more colours ready. So I want this blue, but I would like it a little bit darker than that. Beautiful colour from the Rosy Hip Quartz collection. So I would like it a little bit darker, so I'm going to use some of this Vetsy. Let me get this in picture. Some Vetsy Ombre Art Gel. I'm just going to mix in a little bit of it. Ooh, that was close. So I just want a little bit on my brush. Mix it in. Make this a darker blue. That has completely engulfed the blue. pop some more blue in there. Perhaps used a little bit too much. Ah, there we go. This is the colour I want. This one right here. I think we've got it now. There we go. And that will probably be enough. I'm just going to wipe off that brush. Another coat of cream onto this nail. So we have a nice even coat. Cure that in the lamp for 60 seconds. I'm going to clean my gloves. Now I'm going to apply a matte top coat, and as always I'm using Devox Zero Matte. You can use any matte top you like, it makes no difference. Make it as affordable as you like. I mean, it's quite expensive stuff, but I swear by it. So I just want to matte that so that I can, and it saves filing really, just so that I can get a nice drawing on top. So just a thin coat of Zero Matte. Pop that in the lamp for 60 seconds and I will be right back to you. So this is what we end up with, a perfectly matte surface. And now I'm going to paint on some flowers. So this will be the traditional, what you think of Ming vase pattern, is the blue and white china effect. But I used cream because I wanted that matte porcelain old style. So I'm just going to put some lines onto the nail like this. And this does have some magnetized particles in, but I'm not going to be using those today. So I just want little tendrils so that I've got the spot to put my flower on. All the way up the nail, just with a very light hand. Like so. So this is our little skeleton for doing the flowers, and they are blue flowers with little leaves at the side. So I'm just going to do some really tiny leaves on here, like so. Here. I just want that delicate little suggestion of a leaf. For the flowers, I'm going to get my dotting tool. I want a small dotting tool. As you can see, some of that is fading already. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over these lines and then I'm going to cure it. otherwise I'm going to lose that definition. But that's just purely down to the type of gel I'm using. I don't have access to my painting gels at the moment, but I do have a nice haul coming soon. So I'm going to pop that in the lamp very quickly, just to flash cure, so that it doesn't lose its definition. Next up, I want my dotting tool. Because the flowers are made up of dots. So this would be the center, and then we just go all the way around like so. Here. Here. And we flash cure that also. Next, using a floral brush, this kind of brush, we just want to tap in some leaves around the edge. They're not actually leaves, they're more like petals, just extended petals on each flower. Okay, make them a little bit bigger. And if you make a mistake, wipe it off and just try again. So pretty. So don't worry too much about going in line with the dots, just put in where you think a petal would go on a natural flower. So there's a little bit. There we go. So I'm going to cure that. Before I do, I'm just going to neaten up some little areas that I think need a little bit more. Cure that. I'm going to darken up this blue. We'll try again with a little tiniest bit of black. tiny dot from the lid. Just slightly darker, so I'm going to go back in and define those areas that I feel need a little bit more. It's difficult not to overdo it. Bring it back to blue, it's very smoky looking. Still, that's not making any difference. Let me have a look and see what I've got. I may have some elsewhere. So I found this gel from Gigi, and I've never really used it, and actually that to me looks much better. So I'm going to put some of that in. It's a little bit turquoisey, but I'm not too worried. It's such a small area. I'm having so much trouble getting this colour, but yeah, that's what it's about, isn't it? This is art. It's about painting and making it work. So, trust me to mess it up. Right, so while that's curing, I'm just going to go back in. I think I'm going to go over most of it with this. And see where we get to. I'm a little bit worried about it being overworked, so I want to kind of do the areas that I feel needs highlighting. Use that light blue as a bit of a background, just to define it that little bit more, because I'm not happy with my blue and white porcelain look so far. Using that thinner brush just to go over the leaves. Another one up here. I don't want to do this to everything. I just want to do it in certain areas to show that. See how turning the nail, when I want to make a curve, it's easier just to turn the nail rather than, although doing it on a client you wouldn't be able to do that, but rather than just turning my hand. So in the middle of the flowers, I want those dots to be really pronounced. So I'll get my dotting tool again, and I'm just going to go back in with my dotting tool and get these colours, and I may magnetise it just to see if it has any effect. Just on the flower centres. Making these darker, that's better. Okay, now we are talking. that. So I'm going to pop that in the lamp, and then we will give it a top coat, and that one will be done. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of some of this because I know that I'm probably going to use that colour again. So I don't want to remove all of it from my palette. I will just keep a little bit, but I need some space on there as well. So let's clean up my brushes. The next nail will be the Clouds and Flowers nail, which is this one. So yeah, and that's pertaining to this pattern here. So I want to emulate some of this. So I'm going to be using that dark blue again. So while it's there, then you know we can see where we go. But that's my impression of the first one. If you can, I don't know if you can see. That's my impression. And that is my video. Okay, so let's get started. So this one, I'm just going to give it a quick top coat and it will be done. So I'm just going to use my super top coat from Born Pretty, which I've used forever, and this is the little bottles. A terrible mess, but it is on a white top coat, so I'm just going to cover it with that. I'll call that nail done. I'm really happy with how that one's turned out. I've never done anything like this before, so this is a first for me. I've done collabs, but I've never done anything quite as arty as this, so this is all new to me, and hopefully it might lead to something else, because I do a lot of painting and drawing. I've got my artwork all over my walls at home, particularly with flowers, so I love doing that, so I do want to incorporate more of that into my work as a nail tech. So yeah, pop that in the lamp and let that cure. So the next nail, once again, will need a base coat. So I'm going to, this time, I'm going to use this as a base, because I want to be able to show up the flowers behind it, and this is a lovely jade colour. And it is a magnet gel as well, so it will kind of dissipate a little bit. So I'm hoping that with 2 coats there's going to be enough in it to give a tint in the background. It's beautiful. Absolutely love this colour. So pretty. So get my magnet out. We should magnetise it. Take the magnets away even, and then on the second layer we'll bring them back. So, look at that, guys. Oh, it's like glass. I think I'm going to just leave it there. Should really, no, we'll take them away. Let's take them away. Do it that way. And then on the second layer I'll give it a really good coat and bring that out. That is beautiful. I'm also going to be using some pink on this one, so I want some nice pink. Maybe some of this also. I've opened this yet. Oh, I have a little bit of nude pink in there as well. Let's get it on to quite thick, this is. It's nice, so lovely for painting with. And then once again, I want that dark blue, that same dark blue that we've used already. Just get some more lights out. So I have learned painting on a nail is very different to painting on canvas or paper. Very, very different. I'm going to use quite a bit of this because I've never even put this on my nails. I'm not a dark blue person and I'm not keen on it. So I'm quite happy to use it in the middle there. So we'll give that a mix and see what we come up with. Just use my dotting tool to mix it in. So yeah, this is lovely cloud colour. I kind of want the shades of lighter blue as well for that. Gorgeous. One stroke brush. This one for the clouds. So let's have a look and see what we've got. So that one is done. This one is finished. Beautiful. Feels like porcelain too. And the other one needs a second coat. So let's magnetise this one. This is a beautiful colour. I really love this. Jade. It's just like jade. Might need a third coat. We shall see. Quite fluffy. So I'll do this and I'll be right back. So I've had a little bit of reflection and I've decided that I'm probably best to do this nail with the jade. This one, I'll just try and get it up for you. Bear with me. But yeah, this nail here, if you guys can see this one, I think because I've got the colours out, I'm going to do this one. And this one is reflecting the jar, as you can see. So I wanted to do it in jade, the pink aura, and little bits of green and white and all of that through it. So this is how I translated that. So that's what I'm going to be doing next. I think the colours would suit that better. This one really needs to be white. So I'm going to stick with this one while the colours are out. This is what we have, the jade nail, which has had 3 coats and it has been magnetised, but not to within an inch of its life. It's just had a little bit of magnetisation. I don't really want it to be hugely. I just want it to look a little bit like glass, like sea glass. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to put that back, and now I need to mat it. So once again, I'm using some Devox Zero Matte. And this is purely so that I can go ahead and do my little aura design of flowers on. I'm going to pop that in the lamp and I will be right back with you in a second. So now that this nail's lovely and matte, you can still actually see the cat eye through it, but it will be glossed up at the end. I'm going to do some aura powder. So I just want some little splodges of pink wherever I can put them. So I'm using the Nail Couture one, if I can get it open. There we go. So I'll get my little spatula. I'm still wearing my Valentine's nails, guys. My little teddies are still intact, looking a little bit tatty. But I love them, absolutely love them. Thank you to everyone who's subscribing to me at the moment. My channel has gone mental, I'm happy to say. So yeah, keep clicking the like button and I'll be able to bring you some more material as time goes on. Lots of changes happening. I've got a haul coming up. I'm away awaiting another Korean gel parcel, and I'm going to be having a giveaway very soon. So what I want you to do, if you're watching this video, is put in the chat, enter me UK or enter me international if you're not in the UK, so that when I do my giveaway, I'm going to leave it a week or so. I'm not going to say when, but I will post it, the winner, and they can contact me. But I will do the roulette wheel live so everybody can see what's going on. So yeah, so if you want to win a Korean gel prize from me to celebrate my subscribers, I don't know where I'm at. I think I'm at 750 at the moment. Gone way beyond my goal of 300 and 500. So yeah, I'm elated at the moment. So yeah, please keep clicking that like, subscribe button, and if you've watched this video, make sure and put a purple heart in the comments, please. Enter me UK or enter me international with a purple heart, and I will let the winner know as soon as my order comes what the prize will be. So let's see, where did I want it? Here. That's better. So a little puff of powder, a bit here. Maybe put some down here as well, I reckon. One up here. So there is a reason for this. I just want that little faint bit of powder on there, like so. I'm just taking the excess off my brush and going back in and pat. So I know it looks a bit strange, but trust the process. Now I want to use some white, and I'm going to do some flowers. Right, so once again, these are dot flowers. I best go over this again with my chrome top coat before I start. So I'll just pop some chrome top coat over that just to keep it in place. Like so. A little bit on there. I'm not too worried about this brush getting contaminated because I kind of want that blush background. And that brush can be cleaned back off without going back in the bottle. Pretty much. Okay, so I'll put that back in. I love this Annie's Gel chrome top. It doesn't say Annie's Gel on it, but I suppose it does in Chinese, but it's a favourite, that one. So I'll pop that once again in the lamp. Give it 60 seconds and I'll be right back. So we're back. So this is now dried off. It's slightly tacky, but that's fine. For this one, it's dots again, but I'm going to use my bigger dotting tool. And this time we're using white. So for the centre, we have a big dot, so I want that there. Just get some more on. Make it as round as possible. You can get that with a brush afterwards. Once again, nice big round dot. This dot tool is not plain dot. This nail's not going well, is it, guys? Let's face it, it doesn't always go to plan. Okay, and then I want the smaller one. Just wipe this off and use the smaller one for the other dots that go around the flower, just like before. Possibly have worked better on like a light blue nail, something like that. Perhaps I was wrong in putting jade on it. I could just wipe it off and start again, but I'm not gonna do that. I will touch up these balls afterwards. I think it's the gel that's too thick, perhaps. very thick. Not too worried about the little extra bits in between, that can all be cleaned up later on. It's just because my gel's so thick. But I've got to use what I've got at the moment, and I want you to do the same. Use what you've got, guys. Go buying stuff to copy designs. Okay, so we've got that on the nail. I'm just going to clean up that little bit there because that's annoying me. Take that off. Okay. Right, now that is very pigmented, so we've got to make sure it cures properly. So I'm going to give this 2 minutes in the lamp. All I'm doing at the moment is just cleaning up a little bit. I'm not too worried about smudges because it just adds to the design, really. You see? Okay, before I pop it in, I'm just going to do a little bit of extra work on the white. Make sure I've got some on my brush. Just make it look a little bit neater. Now I'm going to make them into petals. Just that little corner, just bring it down like so. Not on all of them, just here and there. Just bring them out, pull it out very gently like that. Probably not chosen the easiest way to do this, but it's how I'm doing it today. Yep, your giveaway, guys, will consist of some Korean gels that have perhaps been swatched, but that's all. Wherever possible, if there's a swatch card, I'll include that for you also. There will be some other bits and pieces in there that I think you might like to try. And yeah, it's not a cheap giveaway, guys. Even if I'm posting it to the US, it costs me an absolute fortune. So there is a part of me that hopes that somebody from the UK wins it, but if not, then it's fine. It's absolutely fine. I'm just so grateful that I've got my subscribe count up, which is what I wanted. But yeah, make sure you put in the comments whether you're from international or you're from the UK with a purple heart. I will put everyone's names into a roulette, and we will do a roulette on one of my little live posts to celebrate, and then the winner can get in touch with me, and I think that's how we'll do it. We'll have to find out how to do a roulette because I've forgotten. It's been a while, but once I've sorted that out, I'll get back to you guys. So you've got 1 week from today. I'm going to hospital for a big operation this week on Sunday, so I will be recovering at home for 8 weeks. I'm currently selling my house at the moment as well, so I'm dealing with estate agents all day long, so I don't know how many videos I'm going to get to make, but I'll certainly be around to do the giveaway. So there we go, guys. That's looking a lot better. I'm much happier with that. So I'm going to cure that, and then we're going to do some stems. So we'll be right back. So this nail is a little bit different because the stems are going to go round the heads of the flowers. So I want to start here. So that's how I want this nail. Off of this we have little 1, 2, 3, and these are just little suggestions of buds, I suppose, like that. Kind of like the blue and white one, but perhaps a different flower. But this is how it's represented on the Ming Dynasty vase that I took this from, and it was so beautiful. I mean, I'm not doing it any justice really today. This is really hard to do with gel, but you know, it was a little bit of fun. So I'm enjoying myself. I hope you are too. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more of this. So yeah, that's my little nail. So that one is going to be for the ring finger. And then we'll give that a top coat. So in the meantime, just clean up. So just before I finish up with this nail, again, I've had a little rethink. And I kind of want to use some of this. I just want to go in with a little bit of delicate pink here and there, just to kind of give it some life. So I'm going to do that. Just a slight touch of pink. Maybe overdoing it, I don't know, but I think it just adds to the pattern a bit. Bring that in like this. Because otherwise it's just all white, and I didn't really want it all white. Through the flower into the petals, and it just kind of brings it together a little bit. The little buds, just at the beginning of the buds, put a little bit of pink in there, just a tiny dot. Same here. That's it. Yeah, I'm happy with that now. So that looks more, can you see, that's better. That's more what I like. Okay, and the jade is showing up a little bit better also. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I'll put that again in the lamp, and then I'm going to top coat it. In the meantime, once again, just clean that brush. This one, there we are. That's all my top tools and stuff. Okay, so once I've top coated that, I'll be right back with the next nail. So far, this is where we're at. This is how we're looking. Let's have a look at these little nails. So we have two done. They're really pretty, aren't they? So yeah, let's see what we can do next. So next, I'm going to try a little bit of one stroke. And I haven't done one stroke for years and years, but my friend Linda at Nailed by LGW said she'd love to learn. So I'm not going to teach you, Linda, because I'm not that brilliant, but I do want to show you how the basics, if I can remember to do it. So be kind. Let's be kind, guys. So first up, I want another cream base. In fact, I think I'm going to paint this nail white. I think it will look much better white. So first up, let me just get a decent sized brush. Let's see, right. Just give me a second. Find my brushes. All sorts here. Oh, this will do. Okay, I think I've got one here. Yeah, round brush. So I'm just going to paint some white on this nail. Oh, it's almost cured. That's weird. Okay, so lovely thick white gel. I do have white gel somewhere. Can't be bothered looking it out, guys, so I'm going to use this. This is definitely painting gel, my god. Okay, so I want a nice even coat of white gel on this. I think I've got a Born Pretty one somewhere stashed away in my drawer. But this nail is going to be clouds. It's like old Ming Dynasty clouds and little red flowers on. So it's dark blue, bright red, bright green colours that I've seriously packed away. But we'll have a look and see what I've got. I'm still using these rosy hip jewel tone colours because they're stunning. God, this paint is so sticky. Not gonna lie, I'm not keen. Great for painting, but you can't do a full nail with it. Juicy peeps. Okay, I'm going to cure that and I'm going to get some Born Pretty white to go over the top. I might as well cure it because it's on there now. Don't like wasting paint. So 2 ticks, I will be right back, guys. I will put a layer of white on once I've cured this and cured that, and then I'll be right back. So I found my Born Pretty white. I'm going to I've put some on my palette to loosen up the paint a little bit. I'm just going to pop a quick coat over the top and give it another cure. Some bits in it there. You can always buff those out when I've done. I don't know what that is. That's probably lumps from the paint, to be fair. It's cured now, so yeah. So that's more even, so I'm happy with that. So let's pop that in the lamp. I'm going to give it 2 minutes because it's dense. There's a lot of it on there and a lot of pigment. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to prepare the one stroke brush. So as you can see, it's slanted, and this is because you're going to use 2 colours on it. So first of all, what you do is you dip one corner in the white, one corner in the other colour that you want. So in this case, I'm going to be wanting some blue. And just keep loading up your brush like that. Try not to mix them. And then you need to do this. Turn around your brush, do it again until you get the blend that you want. I want a little bit more blue. Make sure you don't mix the sides, keep the sides correct every time, like so. Just keep dipping in until you've got a good double layer. And then go back in, come down here like so, turn your brush, around it goes, like so. And that's how you do one stroke. Like this. Pick up some more paint. Some more white on. This is your palette, not this. this is your colours. So if you need to dip again, you go back in, keep turning your brush till you get the blend you want, and this is your one stroke. Can't do it on here, but yeah, it's kind of hard to do it on a clear palette. Never mind, Linda, we will have a day when we have a practice at this and do it properly. I hope you're watching. Yeah, so that's how you blend your colours. You see? And that's how I'm going to be doing my clouds today, like that. Also, yeah, I do use quite a lot of paint with one stroke. So I'm going to use more blue. I have some blue over here. Let's use some of this up, I think. Not worry about it too much, so I don't have to wipe it all off soon. That's a magnet gel with a plain one, so yeah, this could get interesting. So my blue, my white, and I go blue white, like that, and that way. So you've always got a reservoir of colour. So if you were doing a leaf, see if I can find a spare spot on here. So your leaf would come like this, down the middle, like so. Like that. Or you could do it this way, turn your brush round, and it would be dark in the middle and white on the outside. You need more paint so you can see that you're constantly picking up paint for each stroke, and that's why it's called one stroke. So keep my brush like that, and you can see the blue is in the middle. Turn my brush round, come back out, and do it that way, and it keeps it there. So yeah, I mean, there's lots of things you can do with it. It's practice. I haven't done it for a long time, and I'm probably doing something wrong here, but yeah, somebody will pick me up, I'm sure. But for today, I want clouds. I want that kind of effect. Oh, it's in the middle there. That dark colour is what I want. And that with just that little bit of white, because the nail is white. So this is quite a big one stroke brush. It's quite wide. So I'm not sure how this is going to work out, but we'll see. We'll give it a go. Picking up some white on my brush, just there. Just flattening it out a little bit. And with this nail, oh, I've got to buff it. Jeez, hang on. Just get a little. Because we're on a white background, it will blend in a lot easier. So just make sure it's firmly down. So what I want to do is, I want my clouds like that. Like so. A little one here. One here. And that's it. That is really all I wanted. I can now go in and define it with a smaller brush, which is what I'm going to do. Just to find it. Okay, that one smaller. So I'm just going to grab some dark blue, and I'm going to go back in and just underline the areas that I want really dark, like so. Because on the picture, this is what they look like. So I'm just trying to emulate that as best as I can with what I've got today. But roughly, that is how you do one stroke. I haven't done it since my acrylic days. It's been a long time. But I used to love doing it. Best to practice on a bit of paper pad to begin with. But yeah, it just gives this lovely kind of watery ink effect, but it's not ink, it's gel. So I'm going to cure that because I'm really happy with that outcome. Just going to define that a wee bit more and cure that in the lamp for 60 seconds, and then we'll come back in with the other colours that I need. So I'm going to need a green as well as the pinks that I've laid down. So that's not very dark. I need a darker one. Let me have a look and see if I've got a darker green. So I'm back. So I found this green. This is from the Polaris range at Born Pretty, which I love this one. I really do. But it is a magnetized one, but we can use it. It's fine. I'm just going to pop that in. I'm going to put some mint next to it and just kind of mix that in with it. This Tiffany kind of minty blue, just to bring it the magnetization down a little bit. I'm going to need pinks. I've just redone my palette because it was getting a bit messy, but I want a really dark pink. So I've got this one. This is a Yoga Mail one from the Eros range. And what's this one? I think this is like a... No, it's too purpley. Don't want that one. Okay, so let's have a play while that nail is cooking. So I'm just mixing this together to get the green that I want. Put a little bit more of the dark green in there, just to bring it out a bit more. So yeah, I want this jadey colour, but I want it to be dark. So we're almost there, a bit more. You know, if I'd waited a few days, I've got such a good haul coming that I would have been able to have all these colours on without mixing gels and all this hoo-ha. It would have been so much easier, but, well, yeah, I've got to go make life hard for myself. That Tiffany blue has really taken over. Not happy with that. I want it darker. Dark, 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 dark. If it was acrylic, I'd just add some pigment and it'd be done. But it's not. I wonder how it would be if I didn't put some dark blue in there. Let's try. It is looking kind of bluey anyway. Let's put a wee bit of blue in, just a dot. This blue that I'm not keen on, it's a petrol blue colour. Okay. No, this is not what I want. But then it's magnetized. It's one of them. So it will change. And the green will come out. I think we'll be okay, guys. I'm going to put a bit more in. Because once I put the magnet on it, it's going to go back to green. Dark, dark green. So I think that should be enough. I never wear green on my nails anyway, so I'm quite happy to use that up. But yeah, let's just use it from the middle, the very middle. So I've got my reference picture handy. For all I need as well, I don't need a lot at all. So with this one, once again, this is little green specks, little green, they're just green flowers really, and all this pattern has is a green circle with kind of black hinting at the flowers. So it's a bit funny really, it's just one of them. So I'm just going to put a couple of these in. Like so. they're there. I might do a couple of coats on that, we'll see how it turns out. Just to get it a little bit darker. I want it kind of splodgy, I want it kind of hand painted looking because that's how it looks on the design. That's it. Okay, so get the magnet out. Ah, there we go, look at that. Oh, that's nice. Now, although it doesn't call for a glittery design, that's what it's going to get. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to put another coat on, I think. Like that. That's really coming out nice. Okay, into the lamp we go for another cure. Okay, I'm going to be using a bit of black to go into the middle of that flower. So let's get the horrible black out again. Here we are. In fact, I'm going to use a different black because it's much nicer to use. This one. Just because it's easier. This one. Cook gel. It's one of my ambassador gifts. Korean gel. So put a bit of that on there, and that is actually painting gel. We don't need very much of it at all. Keep that handy. Come on, Nail, hurry up. So I want to do another coat of this, and then I'll be right back. So we've now got 2 coats of green on the nail. You can see that little green flash there. It's a much better colour than what I had on it before. And now I'm going to go back in with some black. And this is simple. It's really just stars. So everything about these designs were simple, but they were elaborate. So all I'm going to do is just some lines. Stars, and those are meant to represent, I think, dandelions in the, you know, windmills, dandelions that we blow, fairies I used to call them when I was a kid, and called something else in America, angel something or other. But yeah, and you can go over the lines. It's better if you do, because it's meant to look like primitive hand painting, really. It's not supposed to be exact. Part of the charm of the design is that it's kind of like that, you can see there. So yeah, very fine lines though, don't want thick lines. A little bump where that gel is, and I want to make sure I get it in there. And that bit is annoying me, so I'm going to take that off. Dry a little bit, we'll do this bit. There we go. So just want little stars there. Just like that. And that's what I want there. Now we've got to do some red on this nail, so you know, red-ish colour. And for that one, it has, once again, just little flowers. So I'm going to get my little, where's my petal brush? I had out earlier, I've got millions of brushes on my desk. Daisy brush. So I want my little daisy brush. I'm just going to splodge on some red kind of coloured flowers. So I want little petals. I'll go back in and make them better, but at the moment I just want the colour down where I'm going to put them. Because once again, they're not complicated. These are just hints. And I think the key is not to be afraid of it. I've been scared of it. I think, you know, just to take your time and break it down one step at a time. I mean, I've already drawn these designs this morning in blooming ibis paint. I'm brand new to that. Never used anything like that in my life. I'm a pen and paper kind of girl. I'm not used to that. So yeah, I've already drawn them, so I kind of know the design and what I'm looking for, but I am still referring to it. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So I'm going to cure that in the lamp. I'm going to also use that up because it's got a nice colour that comes out with it, just to give it a little bit of something, a little bit of sparkle in there. Pretty, pretty. Yeah, I mean, Ming vases didn't have cat eye gels on them, but mine's do. Right, so in the lamp for 1 minute, and that's that one done. The next nail is just a simple white one, thank goodness, and a little bit of this jade colour, and it's got some decor, and then we could get into putting some gems on the nails once I've cleaned everything up again. So I think I'm going to do, rather than white, I think I'm going to use this Gigi one once more. Kind of bring the design together a little bit. And I'm going to be using the green, but not that green. And not those colours. So we'll just wipe them off before the cure on my palette. Clean up my brushes. And then I'm going to put a top coat on that other nail as well, just to make sure we're all done. So I'm just going to put my top coat on and we'll call this one done. Very pretty, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And I'll tell you a little bit about the next nail. So I want some top coat. I'll get my Born Pretty Super Top Coat out again. Put some of that on. Just apply a liberal dose of that. So there's no gems or anything on these nails so far. I've got 2 left to do. So the next 2 are a little bit more elaborate, shall we say. Simple one and a jeweled one. And then we'll be done. And I've got lots of editing to do afterwards. It usually takes me about 2 days to edit. So I've got the jeweled crown of the Ming Dynasty picture up. And so I'm going to want to get some gems out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all these gels away apart from the one that I want. And then we shall continue from there. So guys, I'm going to cure this in the lamp and we'll be right back for the next nail. So I'm back and things are a little bit tidier. So this time I'm going in, this is the pinky nail. I'm going in with the Gigi cream base, and this time just use it straight from the bottle. I'm going to give that 2 coats and cure in between for 60 seconds, and then we are going to matte it. So 2 coats of this. Pop it in the lamp and I'll be right back. So I've now done 2 coats of the cream Gigi polish, and now I'm going in with a layer of Zero Matte from Devog. So I'll put that on cure and I will be right back. So guys, while we were matting this, I've been off to look and see if I've got some gems. Unfortunately, I've packed them all. I've got everything I need, but it's packed. So I had some of these from Pro Impressions last week. I'm going to use these. I'm going to have a look in there, see what I've got in there. Hopefully I've got something that's usable, but they're not the gems that I wanted. And I've got a few in here as well, although again these are not the type of gems exactly that I wanted. I may use these, I don't know. So yeah, it's going to be difficult, but we will get through it somehow. So the next step that I'm going to do is, I found this gel, typical, isn't it? So guys, I'm sorry about that, my camera died, so I've had to go off and charge it, so I'm back. Anyway, would you believe it, I found this gorgeousness coloured gel. Look, it's the green that I've been after, and it's got this gorgeous hollow shift in it. I don't think it's magnetic, but I'm not really bothered about that at this minute. It's more like a laser green from Nail Couture, and I've mixed it in with some of the Tiffany blue from Miley that I was using earlier. So I'm going to just bring that out just a little bit more, give it a little bit of an effect, because I kind of want a turquoisey colour, which I've probably got somewhere, but yeah, I just want to do it this colour because I think it looks better. So I'm going to just mix it in a little bit, not too much, because I just need about that much. So that is probably the perfect colour. There we go. So I'm going to be painting some little, it's like a line. It's from the crown. I will show you at the end. It's from the crown kind of decoration that's part of the Ming Dynasty design. So I am going to just do this and make this line a little bit better. I'm going to come back round this way, and if this doesn't work out, I may need to redo it. So you come into the middle and out. It's little V's, little V shapes, just to simplify it, and you need 3 of them, and it will have a gem in the middle. So pretty, but I do want some definition between it so you can see like that. So I'm going to do a few of those. This is the pinky nail, so it's a little finger, so I've got to be careful about where to place them because I don't want to completely overwhelm it. So just 1 V there, and remember, I don't want to make 4, it's got to be 3. So they've got to be roughly the same size, which is quite hard. Just turn the nail round. I can always get rid of that bit, the little tail there. Let's keep it in a bit, there we are. And then another line. This is a really pretty design, I like this. It's so simple, it's a geometric design. And I think we'll get another one in down here. So I'm going to just V there. Kind of goes off the nail a little bit, it's fine. Another V in here. I will use a clean up brush afterwards to take away any extra bits I don't want, but the gem in the middle will sort that. And just a little dot there, just as a hint that that pattern is there. There we go. So I'm happy with that, guys. I think I'll just enhance this bit a little bit more. This one. So they're all roughly the same thickness. It should be exactly the same, but yeah, art is not an exact science, is it? So there we go. So I'm going to cure that first of all. And then I've had to root through my gems. I've got all sorts of little bits and pieces because my gems are packed. So I've only got a few select little things around me. So I didn't have the caviar beads that I wanted, but I did find some little half spheres that I'm going to use. Some little gems. I've got some chains to cut up. That's another chain, and then some sparkly gems. So this is all for the next nail, which, to be fair, we can get started on now because this one is just going to be a white nail once again. So I'm just going to use my Born Pretty White, and we'll pop the first coat of that on for ready while the other one is curing. So just a coat of white over the nail. This will show off the gems to the best advantage. I will go back to the image that I had at the start. In fact, I may put it up here so you can see what I'm looking for. But yeah, so I'll just pop that in the lamp. So first coat, just want thin coats of white because remember it doesn't cure the best. So here we are with the green nail. So now I want some gem glue. So I'm just going to use this one from Nail Couture, a hybrid gummy gel. It's okay for doing this. The nails are not going to be worn, so I don't expect if the gems fall off, it doesn't really matter. So I just want a blob in the middle of each nail, like that. Now put this needle back in because I'm funny about it curing under any lamps. Okay, so get my Tracy tweezers from Pink Pixie Tips. Lovely Tracy. She's given up most of us tweezers now like these because they really are the best. But my fingers aren't the best, so I don't know how I'm going to get around this one, but I can't really pick them up. Oh gosh. And I've dropped it, which I knew I would. So I'll try to get it on there somehow. It's just a little stud in the middle, nothing more than that. And look how effective that is. So pretty. It's a bit easier now because I've probably got some glue on my tweezers. Look how pretty. I love it. Love. That is really nice. Yeah, so let's pop this into cure. Make sure they're absolutely in the center. That's it. I'll pop this in the lamp. And then do the second coat of white on this nail. So far so good without wrinkling, etc. Seems to be okay. Lovely. Back in the lamp. So I finished curing. I think I've missed some filming. I've been putting some gems on and it looks like I've missed half of it, but I've made a little chain with a dangly bit on the end and attached it to the nail and used just whatever stones I've got, and I'm just finishing up with the top coat now. So I want to put it in the lamp, big lamp like that. I don't want them to fall down, those chains, because if they do they'll stick. So I'm going to continue doing it with this, I think. I have to kind of cure it upside down to prevent those chains from sticking to the nail. So there we go. So that's how I've got to cure it. But yeah, I've probably missed half of my video, so apologies for that. But I didn't realise I was on pause. Probably when I went to get some gems and I've missed a whole lot. I don't know when to play it back and edit it for you, but Yeah, sorry guys, my apologies, but I'll show you the finished result very shortly once I've done this, which is just the final cure. So guys, these are the finished nails and I'm really happy with them. I hope you liked them. These are my Ming Dynasty nails in Lorna from the Nail Crusade. Is our YouTube page. She's having a collaboration, Nails Through History, and this is the age of the Ming Dynasty. So I hope you like them guys. I've enjoyed making them. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.